Yes! Let's go! Yes! Ah, nice. GG, GG. I feel like I'm forgetting something. Oh, shit. Wow, okay. What a season. Feels like only a few weeks ago I made a video talking about Dragon's Blood and its vast amount of unique and compelling characters, its thorough world building, its detailed animation, its talented voice cast. My god, I fucking love this series. I mean, shit, it's even got me playing the game, despite the mixed reviews the game gets. I never saw myself doing that, but hey, here I am. I really need to give a shout out to Book 3 for opening my mind to the wider known universe of Dota. Dragon's Blood, as far as I see it, is over. The story's been told, the characters have grown, some more than others, but with the way this book concludes everything, leaves room for a new chapter. There are many other corners of the Dota universe that are left unexplored, and I really hope the creators, developers, writers get the opportunity to adapt a new story. So, if it wasn't obliviously obvious, this is technically the final season, and you're probably asking, well, what did you think? Did you like it? And I'm glad that you asked, because honestly, I'm a little mixed. There's certainly some elements that worked and others that fell flat, but overall, I'm quite happy. And since that I'm happy, let's start off with the positives. Dragon's Blood from Book 1 was something special, and seeing it reach such heights from Book 1 all the way to Book 3 was indeed a wonder to behold. With the problems this series has, Book 3 made a commendable attempt to overcome them. Things like the pacing were a lot better this time around. Although not perfect, I can say that I rarely got lost throughout the episodes. The writing for the season and the build-up were excellent. There were certainly moments that had me at the edge of my seat with anticipation, because this show is really good at delivering its twists. As mentioned before, some characters had more time in the spotlight than others, most notably 𝗧𝗪𝗜, the daughter of the Invoker. 𝗧𝗪𝗜 basically dominated a good chunk of this entire season and successfully established herself as an interesting character to follow. And finally, things such as the sound design for the immense amount of magical spells casted were really creative and satisfying. And before I forget, the absolutely stunning cinematography. The backgrounds done were a sight to behold and really gave each frame so much color and life to it. Top notch stuff. 10 out of 10. But hold on, don't get too excited. We still gotta go over the negatives. Now, I was going to start this off by mentioning the odd placement of events in certain episodes, but with the way the story is laid out per episode, it sort of makes sense and it comes back around in a full circle, so that answers that. But what I'm about to say next, I think we all can agree on. Dragon's Blood's biggest issue is the limited amount of episodes. Full disclosure, I'm going to sound really greedy here, but 8 episodes, it's just not enough. If anything, it should have been doubled or at least rounded up to a solid 10 episodes. The reason being is because of the limited amount of time we were given, several characters seem to suffer from this. Some arcs landed a little flat, others needed some more time, and then there was the small minority that didn't really feel like they amounted to anything. For a season that's showing several signs of concluding its big major story, it seems like it didn't have enough time to include everything, and as a result, characters who serve no purpose are pushed to the sidelines, given very little to do, and some were never mentioned again. One other thing I need to mention was the way Davion, the Dragon Knight, was handled in this season. I feel like I've been under the illusion that the series was mostly about him, which I couldn't be more wrong, and that really becomes apparent in this season. Of course, every character has their own story, and how the writers decided to conclude Davion and his story left me a little unsatisfied. I really can't help but feel like there must be more to learn about Davion, such as his connection to the Dragon Clan. And while it seems like Davion kind of takes a back seat in this season, being that of a main character, he's not the only one. And as the episodes progress, it becomes pretty clear who this final season really is focusing on. And another thing, let's take a step back. Sure, I can go on for another minute or two shedding light on my nitpicks with this season, or I could perhaps talk about the message that's portrayed. Ultimately, the story of Dragon's Blood is one of grief, loss, and discovering who you are. The story and its characters are the strongest part of Dragon's Blood, and the ones whose stories resonated with me the most were the Invokers and Maranas. One story of loss where a man so desperate for another chance is willing to create an alternate reality just to be with his beloved daughter. And another of discovery. From being the princess of the sun and moon to the princess of nothing. Marana's journey to discovering who she's meant to be was definitely an impactful one. But that's not to say these people don't go through any sorts of hardships. And that's how despair plays a big role in the story. Despair being the biggest power while also being the worst nemesis of them all. I think I'm starting to understand the ending now. Both Marana and the Invoker need to accept the fact that they can't have their perfect ideal world. It's not about getting back what you've lost and saving the ones you love from harm and suffering. In the end, it's about accepting the world as it is and letting go. That's the message. That's life. And I get it now. Thanks for watching.